Hello, Spirit speaking. Here's a few moments I like to call the Cosmic Giggles. You know, those situations in life that all of us have had, where something happens that just ticks you off, and later a light bulb goes off in your head, and suddenly you realize that while you were busy doing damage control in the 3D, the universe may have been quietly running the bigger picture. And when that bulb is finally lit, sometimes the whole thing turns out to have been nothing short of a one-act comedy show. This is what happens when we skip the check-in. Ever picked up your phone just to check the time? And somehow end up 15 minutes deep into a video teaching you facial yoga. Like your face is quietly collapsing and no one told you? Because that's how it starts. You're fine. Your face is fine. It wasn't a situation. You weren't even thinking about it. You unlock your phone, check the time, everything's intact. You're still in control of your evening. And then that facial video. Yoga to lift and sculpt your face naturally. Okay, you didn't ask for this, but now you're curious, so you tap on it. And in that exact moment, you've been temporarily replaced. Same body, same phone, different operator. Because now you're watching this woman, calm, glowing, lifting her cheekbones, like she's reversing time with 2 fingers. And now you're leaning in like, wait, why does she look that? She looks good. Now she says, if you want to activate this muscle, do it, take your fingers and do that right here. And now you're touching your face like, do I have that? Of course, you've always had that, but now it feels unverified. Now you're watching even closer, studying. You're observing. You've enrolled. Now you're following along. You've got your fingers on your face, lifting things upward that not have gone upward voluntarily in years. And now you've earned a version of yourself that has routines. You don't even live here. But right now, you're committed. Now you're holding your jaw in a position that feels like a negotiation. And you're trusting it because she said, you'll feel it lift immediately. You don't feel a lift. You feel confusion. But now you're invested. Now you're looking at your reflection in the black part of your screen like, is that any tighter? No. But now all of your brain has opened up a case. You're investigating your own face just like it became evidence. Okay, wait, what is that? Now you're tilting your head. Now you're zooming in. Now you're seeing things that did not exist 10 minutes ago. And now your awareness has been reassigned because earlier you were a person just checking the time. Now you're the person correcting structural issues in your face. Now she says, do this every morning for 5 minutes, and immediately you believe that you are the kind of person who will absolutely do this. No, you're not. But right now, you've fully stepped into that timeline. Now another video loads. Of course it does. 3 mistakes that are aging your face. Now it's become personal. Now you're like, what mistakes? Now you're sitting there like you've been making errors your entire life and nobody corrected you. Now you're watching like this is critical information. Now your thumb is just moving like on its own. We're fixing everything tonight. And at this point, you're no longer driving this experience. You are being driven. Now time is gone, not passing, gone. And you can feel it. That strange disconnection, like your body's here, but your attention is somewhere else entirely. And then you finally snap out of it. Just suddenly you're back, holding your phone, blinking, and you look at the time and your entire system reacts. What? Now you're doing the math like, no, that's not possible. You check it again, worse. Now you're sitting there like, I've been gone. Because you remember, you were just checking the time. That's it. And somehow you got pulled into another version of yourself, auditioned for a completely different lifestyle, analyzed your whole entire face, committed to the habits that you will never maintain, and came back with nothing. Nothing done, nothing changed. Your face, exactly the same. And now you're sitting there, touching your cheek, slightly suspicious of yourself, and then you laugh. Because it's so ridiculous. Okay, I get it. And that's when Spirit gives you the cosmic wink.